Hi, welcome to Main Street Macro. I'm Neela Richardson. With most of the country sweltering under hot summer temperatures, there's one area of the economy that looks to be cooling off. That's the housing market. But as you'll soon see, looks can be deceiving. Here are three reasons why the hot summer housing market is likely to keep inflation elevated over the next year. Reason number one: housing demand may be cooling, but home prices are still heating up. In our latest read on the housing market, existing home sales fell 14% in June from where they were a year ago because of higher rates and still very low supply. However, home prices actually soared. They soared up to $416,000 for the typical home. Not only is that a record in terms of this series, it's also 13% higher than where the typical home price was a year ago. So prices are high. The second reason we're likely to see homes keep inflation elevated is interest rates. The Fed policy of raising interest rates may help cool off hot temperatures and hot prices in some sectors of the economy. But in housing, it could have the opposite effect. You see, home builder confidence actually plummeted in June by half because of higher interest rates. You know, the combination of higher labor costs, higher land costs, higher construction costs, and now higher financing costs means that home builders are feeling less confident about building new homes right now. And new homes is what the sector needs to keep housing affordable. And there's evidence that home builders' sentiment is starting to feed into fewer homes being produced. In fact, the latest read on new housing starts showed that the pace of new construction has fallen to under a million units. Now, to give you some context on that, in a typical, normal, average housing market, we would expect a pace of about 1.5 million new homes to be added in the economy. So having a pace of under a million means that supply shortages are likely to be a factor well into 2022 and into 2023 as well. Now, the third reason why home prices are still high is their effect on inflation overall. In fact, housing, shelter, apartment rents, all of this bundled together makes up about a third of what consumer price inflation is measured to. A third. And so as home prices and apartment rents soar, so does inflation. We'll likely see some relief, like I said, in those core in some of the sectors of the economy where interest rate policy can actually lower demand and tame price increases. But for the housing sector, it looks like higher prices and warmer temperatures are still ahead. Thanks for watching the Main Street Macro. For more information on the week ahead, please go to adpri.org.